Pegasus and Princess Designs brought to you by use from Nitro PLR. Hi, Kerry here from Dream Creator B, and welcome to our channel where we show you how to make money online with low content products like KDP low content books, printables and digital planners. So today I'm reviewing user's new design packs that he brings out every now and then. This one is about Pegasus and Princesses, so it's about the fantasy sort of niche. What you get is, in the front end, you get 30 unique high-quality designs. These come in PNG and SVG format. They're high-quality, crisp and clean designs, and you can create an unlimited amount of print-on-demand products, not just colouring books or colouring pages. Remember, you can create T-shirts, you can create tote bags, you can create phone cases. In fact, the world is your oyster. So it also comes at 300 DPI. And if you're using the SVG ones, you shouldn't even be concerned about the DPI because you can scale that to as big as a building. So the size is 8.5 by 11, so you don't have to do much. But if you're going to be putting this on Amazon, you need to make all your images unique. You need to add different things to them so they look different from other people, because you cannot be creating duplicate content on Amazon. So, and I would suggest you do that with any platform you use. If you're going to use Etsy, again, put it with different things so it's a different, unique product. So I did a search on Amazon, and fantasy adult book is over 8,000 results. So that's quite a lot there, but it's not just necessarily Pegasus in there. So there is a few mystical creatures like dragons that I've seen on this front page. And again, dragon dreams and that. So you could do a mixture of combination of dragons and unicorns and Pegasus, like these got unicorns and dragons there. So I decided to have a look and do just Pegasus. Now it says there's over 1,000 results, but some of the first things that you see on here are mandalas. But there is Pegasus there, and there is mythical creatures. That's got a lowish BSR. Now that is the lowest BSR that I've seen where it's just Pegasus. And then there's a few that's quite high up, but you could actually improve on some of these. Some of them you wonder why they aren't selling, and then others you can see that that is a really great colouring book. And then we go to Anxiety and Boho Wild. So I can see, yeah, so there's Amazing World of Horses. I can understand that being with Pegasus because that could be a keyword. But there's a few that need to, you could compete with. You could compete really well with. That's a really nice one. Okay, so I'm getting lost here because I'm looking at what I could probably have. So then I thought I'd type in mystical creatures, and then this was over 3,000 results. Now, some of these are the creepy kawaii sorts of scenes that come in, cute, mystical. So that's dragon book, that'll do. Mystical creature, that we've seen that before. So it's just to give you some ideas. Then obviously you could do the same with Etsy, and you could do separate colouring pages. So I put fantasy colouring pages and there were 16,000 results. And then I thought I would put mystical creatures. And there was only 400 results with ads. So you can filter and take those ads off and see how many there is without ads, because obviously some of the ads are repeating. And then I thought I would do Pegasus and Princess colouring books. And then there was only 191 results. And a lot of these were just basically princesses rather than Pegasus and things like that. So you've got that there, Pegasus and Mount Olympia. So that'd be quite a good one. So that is what the research is showing. So let's go in and I'll show you how to use some of the designs. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to be using Affinity Designer to actually put a design together. I am going to be using OTO 1 and the front end. Now, the reason why I always use OTO 1 is because I like to get backgrounds from these different designers, these PLR designers who create for the low content designers, because they know the size, they know we want it in SVGs, or if we're going to work with PNGs, we want high, and we also want the right size for our colouring pages. So I always suggest you get the front end and get OTO1. Now we're going to start with File and New. Now I've created my presets, but if you haven't created your presets, the best thing is to go to Print, and then from here you can set out your book. Now you can do it 8.5 by 11. Now I do suggest doing bleed because these are quite big pages and they go over the edge, especially if you're going to use the backgrounds. You can always put a rectangle in them as well. So in fact, I'll show you that. So I'm not going to use bleed this time, and we'll go through with my settings. So I've got CMYK. I've got it to the highest DPI 400, but if I'm only using SVGs, that doesn't matter because SVGs are scalable vector graphics and they can go as big as an aeroplane or a building and still not lose their crispness. But if I start mixing my images with other things, like I suggest you do, then you're going to notice things not as crisp. So if you don't get SVGs, you make sure that you select your document as high as you can. DPI minimum 300. So I'm going to click create, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my what I actually get. So you get a front end, which is $17, which is 30 actual images. You get the PNGs and you get the SVGs. Now you can't really, you can see them a little bit better. So if I just make this bigger for you, maybe zoom in a bit, you can actually start seeing the images a little bit. So there's a mixture of them. And what you can do is you can create like a rectangle to put them in. I'm going to show you that how to do that with the rectangle. And then O201 is the backgrounds. Now, again, you get PNGs and SVGs. You get 30 of them. And you also get 30 backgrounds with the characters already put in. But I suggest you mix them around. Now, front end is $17 during the launch. OTO1 is $27. OTO2 is the characters already coloured in. There's again 30 of them, and same with SVGs. Then there's also 60 stickers, 30 black and white, and 30 coloured in. So, and then OTO3 is the backgrounds coloured in, both PNG, SVG, and also backgrounds with characters. And then OTO4 is $47, and this is where you have, they've all been split up. So you get 30 PNGs, SVGs of the Pegasus. You also get stickers, 30 of those. Princess, you get 30, and Princess stickers as well. So that's $47. Now, like I said, I suggest the front end and definitely OTO1 if you're going to get these packages. The link will be down in the description. I've also got some bonuses, so I'll go through them later. But let's check it out. So we've got that. I'm going to open the SVG. I'm just going to select one. Just this one. And the reason why I'm suggesting this one is because if we put this here, we could put it all the way across and do bleed if you wanted, but that would be cutting into a lot of your images. So I suggest resizing it into that sort of margin. And then I suggest getting hold of a rectangle and actually drawing that rectangle out. And I'm going to use my move tool, which is at the top, that black arrow. I'm going to just resize that. You'll also notice that I've got clipping turned on. I'm going to drag that beneath my image there, and I can also see with my margins that that now is there, but I didn't want to fill like that. I actually want a stroke. I want a black stroke as well, so I'm just going to move the RGB, even though it should be, you can have all the different ones, you can have your scales, or I could have just used my color wheel here, and then I could do, I can thicken my width up, so do that. And then I'm going to change the color of this to white. And also what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to drag this inside of that there, if I can, if it lets me. Okay, so now what has happened there, that's now masked inside. And if I make the masked image bigger, you'll not see it over the side. It's actually inside here, inside my rectangle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a background. So I'm going to go into OTO1, SVG again, and I just want a background. So I'm just going to drag and drop that one. And that's already inside, so I don't have to even, I can resize it if I want. And I just want to drag that. In fact, it's come out now. So as you can see, it's come out now. So it's not inside that rectangle, but if I just drag it up again, it's gone inside that one. I didn't want it inside that. So just a little bit above there and below. There we go. So you just have to fiddle. And then if I wanted to see more of the castle, could do, just bring that down. So the front end image is really taking all the image there, but at least you've got a sort of background as well. You can have a bit more colours there. And that is your first image done. Again, if you don't like it, you just go and fetch yourself another one and you can switch that one off and see which is better. So we might go back to the front end, might choose another image. I might choose this one instead. So let me just move that out of the way. And I'm just going to turn that top one off. And I'm just going to bring that down here. So you can see which ones you'd actually prefer. So you can switch one off, switch one on. And then what you could have also done is you could have done some mandalas and use that as your background if you wanted. So you can also edit these embedded images. So we've got this one turned on. We can actually go in, double click on the actual image. Now this is only in like Affinity or Illustrator. So we could go in, and if we think the princess is just taking too much, we can just reduce her size, and we can also bring her out in there. And then same with this one. I can also just reduce the size. Now I don't know how this is going to look on the original picture. So again, I can just move that across and see where I think everything should go. So that is how you actually do these types of images. You put them together like that. Now, if you're interested in getting this, the link will be down in the bottom. And I have got some bonuses. So these are the bonuses. These could be used for any activities. So I've got hangman activity sheets all in PowerPoint. There's about 20 slides there with 4 of them on. So you can either print them out or put them in different types of books. Then I've got 4 different PowerPoint files with kids' sums on them. There's 10 pages in each of these, including the solutions. So 10 pages of additions, but only with the numbers 1 to 9. 10 pages of subtractions, only with the numbers 1 to 9. 10 pages of multiplication, again, only with the numbers 1 to 9. And divisions 1 to 9. So it's definitely aimed at pre-K. And then I've got 21 animal spiral glyphs. And this is just if you purchase it. I've not got any difference between the different front end or OTOs. So if you're interested, I would definitely suggest getting OTO 1 and the front end. So if you haven't already checked out some of Yu's other designs, I've made videos on those. Go and check out his battle fairies, which you could put together with these as well. You could use the different backgrounds from each package and then put together a unique images.